On this week's episode for Hell's Kitchen Season 23, seafood was the main theme of this week's challenge. Not only we had one, but two medical evacs on the same episode. For dinner service, one team has the slight edge, and also we have another elimination on this week. So we've got so much to talk about for this week, and I mean we have got quite a lot to talk about for this week's recap and review of Hell's Kitchen Season 23. Now, I just want to apologise again for not. This is a little bit later again because this week I've been so busy. As I'm gonna be busy for quite maybe next week I'm gonna be busy. Um, but it's mainly I've got quite a lot on my hands at the minute. But I should hopefully be back on track next week or at least Saturday, as you know. But this week's Hell's Kitchen was actually quite a lot to. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We've got quite a lot to talk about for this week because it was a really mind-blowing episode because not only I mentioned it just briefly there, but we had two medical evacs on the same episode, which is quite scary to be fair. And we've got quite a lot to go through. But I mean, this week has been quite good as well. We had the Group A finals for Sandra Me Life. I did my recap and review of that on Thursday. If you want to check it out, Buffalo's actually won Group A, which I couldn't be more happier about because I think Buffalo's right now are probably the favourites to win. And probably my picks as well at the moment to win, so I could definitely see them winning or making at least the final. So, Ship, a lot of people are quite upset about Ship's elimination. I'm gonna make a separate video about that maybe tomorrow, but because I want to give my thoughts on it, but which I'll save for tomorrow hopefully. Now, so yeah, that's really it. So let's try to get straight into the episode for this week. So, now before the challenge, we actually had Magali actually talking to Brittany in the dorms, where she mentioned I normally have quite a few pages up, so basically so Magali was in the dorms and she was talking about how quite defeated she felt after being up for the elimination the previous episode. She also mentioned that every day is a new day, which is very wise words there. And basically she was looking at a picture of her husband, which I thought was quite sweet, where she was talking about her husband and how much she misses him. And I have to say, I actually am really starting to love Magali. She seems actually really genuine, and there's something I love about Hell's Kitchen contestants is we get some very kind of we get quite a lot of genuine contestants, on the show, and she's really I get this really genuine vibe from her. So yeah, I really like her. I really do like her. I think, as of right now, I think, in terms of my Black Jackets early prediction, I'll probably do that in the next few weeks. I'd say that Anthony, Brandon, her, and Hannah are my four picks as of right now. But of course, that could change within the next few days. So yeah, that's really it for that part. Anyways, the main challenge for this week. So the blue team and the red team were given 30 minutes to make a seafood tower featuring 8 hot seafood appetizers. And the blue team actually dropped Brandon's oyster dish. And the final score for that was 6-5, with the red team winning, and it was actually up against Anne-Marie and Corbin. But Corbin actually overcooked the scallops, costing them losing the final point. But I think Chef Ramsay did mention that so basically Corbin lost the challenge because of his overcooked scallops, meaning Anne-Marie had the edge and she won it for the red team. And it was a very interesting challenge, I will say, because I don't think we've had many episodes with seafood. I don't think. I'm just trying to think of So I just got up. Okay, I just got up. So I just got it up on the Google. So the squid. So the so here is what we had. So we had the squid with Wit and Yuri, and Wit won the point for round one. The crab was Magali versus Kyle, and Kyle took the point. The lobster was Brittany versus Shant, and Brittany ended up getting the point. The mussels were Megan versus Michael, and they both got a point. Amanda and Anthony were the prawns, both of them got a point. The clowns were Lulu versus Joe, and Joe got the point. Scallops were Anne-Marie versus Corbin, like I mentioned. But like I mentioned, Corbin's scallops were overcooked, and which would had them win the point. And the challenge also the oysters at the beginning with Hannah and Egypt. Hannah versus Brandon in Egypt. So yeah, and then yeah, yeah, both of them got a point by the way. So yeah, that was it for the challenge this week. So the reward. Also we have to talk about Shant at the moment because Shant actually mentioned that during the morning thing. He actually pulled his back, I believe. I'm just trying to find. Yeah, he mentioned that his back was actually pulled and he was in pain, and actually reached all the way up to his neck. And he was taken to the hospital where nobody was actually really sure he was able to return or not. And actually, and like I mentioned at the start, he actually didn't. He actually wasn't able to continue. So he mentioned. So he basically tore his ricotta calf muscles, and I've just got what he said on Instagram, and I'll read it out for you now. So this is what he said. Thank you all so much for the overwhelming love and support after my injury on Hell's Kitchen. Your kind messages mean the world to me. Unfortunately, I have torn ricotta my calf muscles, and while it's been rough, I'm staying positive and focused on healing. This journey has thrown a challenge my way, but with your encouragement, I'm stronger and more determined than ever. Grateful for every single one of you. I'll be back at it soon. So that's what he mentioned on his social. And all I can say is I wish him all the best of recovery. I really hope he can pull it through. And yeah, I just really hope that he's able to do it. So good on him. Good on him. I really hope he comes out well. Bless him. Honestly, God bless him. I hope he can pull through it. So the reward challenge. So the reward and the punishment. So the women actually went paddling across the Mystic River in a canal. They basically did canoeing. It looked. I mean, I have to say, canoeing doesn't look the best. Like you're in like boats, and you have to like use the thingamajigs. What are they called? The rowers. Oars. The rowers. I think they're called the row. Hang on. Hang on. Sorry about that, folks. I just got myself a mini donut here. They're actually really nice, by the way. I'm just finish this quickly. Yeah, as I was saying about hang on. Before I go embarrassing. Sorry. Okay. We're back. We are back now. Anyways. Yeah. That's nice. Anyways, the women went on canoeing and they went for a canoe ride on the river and had those like what they call like the paddlers or something. The rowers, the rowing sticks or something. I don't know what they called. Well, the blue team's punishment. They were stuck inside preparing seafood, and there was 100 pounds of mussels to be cleaned, and basically, and also actually Yuri actually was actually starting to have back pain, and he needed to take a break from the punishment. He so yeah, basically Yuri also pulled his back as well, which comes to this bit here as the teams were lining up for service with Chef Ramsay. Yuri actually declared that he pulled his back during the punishment, and he wasn't able to continue. So basically, mentioned that the he pulled his back during the punishment, and he mentioned that he wasn't able to continue. So he basically mentioned that he wasn't able to continue from the competition. And again, it's just really sad to see Yuri had to withdraw from a medical for pulling his back, and I really do actually commend him for saying that I'm not fit enough to do to continue the competition. I got back pains. I don't want to force it on me. And even Chef Ramsey was like, my health is my biggest concern. I wish you all the best of luck. And the rest of the teams applauded his way out, which I thought was just really, really sweet, And I mean, I wasn't a massive fan of Yuri, especially in that first episode where he was like when they were doing the deliveries, and he was like kind of like trying to be the leader, but it was kind of. But I will say is I feel really sorry for him that he's have to withdraw from the competition. Like I wish him all the best of recovery. I really hope he's okay. If you see this, I really hope you're able to recover, my friend. Anyways, now we go to service. Now, I've done it like this, so it's just easier for me because I don't want to like talk too long from each team. So let me just get it up. So let's go to service. So we had guest VIPs in the red and blue kitchen. I cannot pronounce their names for the life of me, so I won't. So for the red team, Brittany actually burned her first attempt at the pizza, but she recovered. And on the appetizers, Corbin and Egypt served the overcooked scallops and lobster, but they also recovered. The red team had to refire the salmon after Hannah forgot to start the garnish. Egypt brought up the salmon too early, but it was overcooked. I have to say, Egypt, I feel like his ego is coming out a little bit. Like, I can understand he's trying to be the leader, but at the same time, I feel like his ego is kind of coming out in a way, and I can see that the others aren't like are kind of getting agitated by that in a way. So yeah, he's getting quite uptight about it, I guess. The others are. You let me know your thoughts about him. And while Brandon delivered an undercooked New York strip, Brandon also served the raw lamb to the chef's table, and basically the Chef Ramsey forced the men to apologise to them, while also betraying Corbin for idling around instead of helping Brandon. But at the end of the day, both teams managed to finish service, with the women having the slight edge, meaning the blue team had to nominate 2 chefs for the elimination ceremony. Now, I feel like that's definitely fair. I feel like while both teams have their ups and downs, I definitely felt like the red team had the edge on that, while the blue team wasn't up there. Anyways, the elimination ceremony, the blue team's nominations were Corbin and Egypt, as predicted. And in the end, it was Corbin who was eliminated for being disengaged during the service. And if you want me to be honest with you, I am kind of in the kind of 50-50 on this, because in any other circumstances, I think his elimination would be justified. I'm not saying he should have stayed tonight, because him going home was understandable. But it's just the fact that we already had 2 evacuations, and to be honest with you, I thought Chef Ramsey was actually going to give him another chance. When he mentioned Corbin, I thought he was going to say, and then you got one more chance, so you go back in line. I thought we weren't going to have another elimination this week, so that means we had 3 people go home, 2 from evacuation, and the other with Corbin regularly eliminated. Like, that's never happened before. We've never had something like this on Hell's Kitchen, where we had 3 people on the team, or 3 people in general, actually go home. And like I mentioned, 2 for the with Yuri and Shant for the medical vax, and Corbin for being regular elimination. So yeah, it was kind of interesting, I have to say. So yeah, that's what I have to say on that. But anyways, that's it for this week's recap and review of Hell's Kitchen season 23, episode 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Excuse me. So, like I said, what were your thoughts on this week's episode? Did you agree with the elimination? Did you disagree with the elimination? Again, just let me know your thoughts below. Who do you think is going? We were showing in the trailer that we have a woman going over to the blue team. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Lulu. And also, looking at the preview for next week, it looks like Joe's going to have might be the villain on the blue team, and I assume they're going to lose service. I mean, we could actually see both teams lose service, to be honest with you. We might think about it. But yeah, that's really it for this week's recap review of Hell's Kitchen season 23. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe with post notifications turned on. I'd really appreciate that. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time for the next Hell's Kitchen recap and review.